Hey guys, welcome back to Critical Flick. Today I'm going to be reviewing Rocketman. So Rocketman is a biopic slash musical about the life of Elton John, how his career became, his early years, and the things he dealt with when he was at the peak of his fame. So Taron Egerton plays Elton John in the film, and I think he just did an incredible job. I think that he's definitely going to be nominated as one of the best actors of the year at the Oscars, and it is kind of upsetting because I think because of the fact that this comes off the heels of Bohemian Rhapsody, that he may be overlooked, and it's going to be compared with that film. And I think in a lot of ways, it's not a whole lot like Bohemian Rhapsody. But like I said, at its core, this film is almost more of a musical than your standard biopic movie. A lot of the scenes in the film become very fantastical. Everything becomes almost like a play, and it's a performance. It doesn't feel like you're watching just a story about someone with them doing live performances. It blends out into the surreal, and it works so well with Elton John's music as such a flamboyant character. It just, the way that they mixed those scenes in with the grounded realism of the movie, I think blended really well in my opinion. And I think those were the strongest parts of the film. I think the parts where you're seeing the people floating off the ground, the way his music is, affecting people mentally, the way it affects him internally, and reflects his parts of his life and what he was dealing with at the time with the music. I think that is the strongest asset of the film, along with Taron Egerton's performance. The supporting actors are also really good in it. Richard Madden, who you probably know as Robb Stark from Game of Thrones, he plays his manager slash lover, and he gave a really great supporting performance in the film as well. Watching this person, become so larger than life and basically have a hole in them because they can't express who they are. They feel like they can't really be who they are. They have to create this persona, create this fantasy world that isn't necessarily real, worked on so many levels in the film. And seeing Taron Egerton's performance, like I said, of Elton John, breaking down, dealing with the terrible things that he had to deal with, and dealing with his young childhood and the memories and his future, and just all the things about it made the film really compelling. I thought it was very entertaining. They skirted a good line between it being super depressing, because this film at times shows him at his lowest of lows, and it can get really weighty and really depressing, but they're able to balance that back and score that back with some really incredible scenes with the visuals and the music. And yeah, I just think it was a really good movie. One of the minor knocks I would have on the film itself is that it does have some pacing issues, in my opinion. I was captivated the whole film, but it does feel long at times. We are going through some secular things with the character when things are really breaking down and becoming horrible. And yeah, it just gets a little heavy during those sections of the film. Also, the CGI at times doesn't look fantastic, but you're not really going in this movie expecting some really incredible CGI. It's more about the character and the music, and I think they nailed both those things. They nailed the essence of Elton John as a person, what he dealt with, handled using music really well, and actually having the people perform the music was a great benefit, in my opinion. When I was watching Bohemian Rhapsody, it feels so much like lip syncing, and I know they're lip syncing in the film. It's not actually performed live, but it felt more real. It felt like these actors are really performing, and I thought that it was a good asset for the movie. Alright, so if I were to rate this movie, I would give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's really good. I definitely recommend checking it out. If you are a big Elton John fan, I think you'll really like it. We had someone next to us who was obviously a humongous Elton John fan. They had the full outfit with a top hat and a boa. Thank goodness they took their top hat off. I couldn't imagine being behind somebody with a top hat in the movie theater. But they seemed to really love it. The movie got applause at the end of the film. Yeah, just think it was a really solid movie. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. And if you saw Rocketman, how did you feel about it? What are some of your favorite musicals and/or biopics? I'd like to see the comments down below. So yep, see you guys next time.